I'll take care of that. You guys start. Yeah. भाई लोग रुको रुको भाई लोग रुको ऑडियो ऑडियो नहीं आ रहा है एक सेकंड ऑडियो नहीं आ रहा है यार एक सेकंड भाई डेस्कटॉप ऑडियो लगा है यार इधर एक सेकंड भाई इट्स देयर यार कीप टॉकिंग माइक आ रहा है भाई कोई नहीं कर रहा यार टास्क स्ट्रीम में हाँ आगे आगे बात करूँगा Guys, can someone actually clarify because my audio is coming but I don't think your audio is coming. Can someone actually check if your audio is coming? Yeah. एक सेकंड एक सेकंड I got you.
क्या स्ट्रीमर बनेगा रे तू
भाई I had to use this new account so ज़्यादा चेंज करना पड़ा एक सेकंड
मैं अकाउंट कर
एक डिफॉल्ट हाँ ओके ओके माइक डिफॉल्ट यार पहले ये करना था ओके
Good to go?
I don't know try now.
Okay, we are trying. What have you been trying now?
Okay,
Nothing to try.
now check now. You guys talk.
We'll have to wait for a few seconds, but I think there will be a delay of 10-30 seconds or so.
Yep, I can hear Ankit.
Okay, perfect. So let's go again. Let's go. Okay. Okay, so once again, welcome everyone. Welcome Pranav. On behalf of Xmen, thanks for taking this invitation and joining this late. I know it's past your bedtime, but thanks for making the time to talk to us. And Abhinav, welcome as the captain for Incredible. Congratulations, both of you, for making to the final. So I think that's the first question. How was the journey? Did you guys think at the start of the season you're going to be here, that you will be here? I'll start with you, Pranav.
Yeah, start of the season, I thought we would be like finishing table toppers, but we had several availability issues, and we were waiting till the final match to see who whether we make it through or not. So, but we are so glad that we made it to the final. And finally, like the team is clicking. The team is clicking now.
Before I go to Abhinav for his thoughts, I wanted to kind of chime in on one of the comment you made, being table topper, expectations, availability. I heard, and not I heard, this is the fact kind of that one of the team that you lost to is Suicide Squad. Um,
Yeah,
is that does not sound like a table topper right now?
yeah. Well, we want to be the team that makes everyone happy. So we wanted to give Suicide Squad their win as well as make it to the playoff. So we are proud to do both of those things.
On that note, let me remind you that you guys played Justice League thrice and you didn't let them win even once. How did you make them happy?
Yeah, they the last match we needed to win, and
So basically, that's caught
but
in
you
the
guys
line.
had
That's
other
okay.
wins.
That's
Suicide
okay.
Squad did not have other wins, so we wanted to make Harshit and Vignesh, who hadn't had any win throughout the season, have their first win.
I see. So Labanch is not the one who gets the sympathy. It's only those two. I see. Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. Let's go to Abhinav. Abhinav, what are your thoughts? How was the journey? What did you think you would make it here or not?
Yeah, I remember when there was a poll when after the auction, and we were second last except Suicide Squad, which was the last one. So we ended up on second position. I was actually pretty sure that we were going to make to playoffs, and then it's a one-off game, right? And it's knockouts. But yeah, when I went to auction, I knew that out of the 13 players, 11 players are, I knew them that they are good. So I expected to at least be in qualifiers for sure.
It is incredible that the only team that you actually beat all the time is like Suicide Squad and Transformers. Like I think that's it is incredible in some ways, because otherwise you guys split. So yeah.
We kind of had like some injuries and stuff happening, so we had tough while in between.
So I think we're going to go with injuries. Okay, that's the excuse. So be it.
No, there's no excuse.
I would like to point out.
Well, I would like to point out. No, I would like to point out that Xmen lost to Suicide Squad because Adi was not playing.
Any comments, Pranav?
No.
Okay.
We've had availability issues. But I would like to say that even Yash voted Incredibles as sixth after the auctions. So even the supposed captain did not believe in his team at the start.
Yashwant, any comment?
Supposed captain, what do you mean? He's right here. My vice captain, our vice captain is Mukul.
Yeah, I don't even let him bowl sometimes.
Yeah. So the only reason why I thought we will be number 6 is because of the tag Incredibles, because we are inheriting this tag from Sabai, and we know how it's gonna be. The last time I didn't make it to finals, I was with Incredibles as well. So this trauma has hit me hard, but my captain and the energy of our team has proven me wrong, and here we are in the finals.
Well, I think the another incredible thing about Incredibles this time was that they got lucky that they only played Justice League once. So Justice League remains still the team that they have not beaten. Thoughts on that?
Well, it was good. I mean, given that we were splitting with everyone, we would have split with them too. I'm pretty sure we would have beaten them.
The only way Justice League can even enter the conversation today is because Ankit is in this call.
Yes.
Well, I think at this stage, I'm just kind of spitting out facts based on what I see on the standings table and the league. So I think, like I was mentioning, the only team that you guys have won or against both the games is Suicide Squad and Transformer, right? So that's the incredible part, that you guys ended up second with
we did not
that
play.
Kind of record.
We did not play Suicide Squad twice. We just played them once.
No. I'm saying the only team that you beat all the games that you played against.
Yeah, all the one time we played. So I guess so. Yeah.
And in that one game that you had against Justice League, you guys ended up losing.
Yeah. I understand. It's all right. That was the special match where we scored 28 all out.
Yeah. Special indeed.
Yeah, that was the game that we needed, and we try. I think so. We won almost all the game after that. Well, not really, but yeah, sure.
12 people watching. Sorry.
The,
12 people watching, guys. This is incredible.
yes.
Are you
Everything
sure
is
it's
well.
incredible?
Yeah.
No, it was 15 before. People are leaving.
मैं एक poll डालता हूँ. Who are you rooting for?
I think I would want to kind of go back still before we go forward to the final. I want to go back.
Sure.
What's the one game that kind of stands out to you folks, either in a good way, in a bad way? What's the one game that is standing out for Xmen? I will let you go first.
The only reason we are in the final, there are two reasons. One reason is that in one match, Yash, Mukul, and Sagar did not play, and we scored 143 or something, and that gave us a really really high net run rate, because of which we were the there were like three teams which had 5 wins, and we were like one of them with the highest net run rate. So thank you, Incredibles, for letting us into the final, and Yash and Mukul and Sagar for not playing those matches.
Yeah,
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
I agree. I mean, we also beat Power Rangers, otherwise they would have gone through and Xmen wouldn't have.
So is the Power Ranger game the game for you that stands out, Abhinav?
No, the game that stands out for us. I mean, there are few, I would say, but the one that stands out was probably the qualifier that we played. I think so. We did everything good in that game. Although
So
the
now-
other team played well, even then, I think so. We did very good.
I think good. It's interesting you brought that up because that was going to be my follow-up question.
Yeah.
It is incredible again that the one game that was scheduled, Avengers ended up scoring 95 or so, and then it rained, and that probably is the only reason why probably Incredibles are sitting here in the final spot.
That's not the reason. The reason is because we beat them in the next game. That's why we are in the finals. But as far as scoring 95, we've done that 4 times. So I think so we would have been fine.
Okay, so that's the stance. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. You can claim that. Avengers clearly don't seem to be going out via that belief, but sure, I think everyone is entitled to opinions, and this one is a valid one as well. Yes, anything that you want to chime in?
I think one thing Incredible has done really, really well that I commend them for is like giving opportunity. They give everyone bowling, and then if they get batting, they get batting also. It's crazy. So really, really good job.
Nice attempt at kind of coming and trying to shield before even the question comes in. So let me go there directly. Xmen, what are your thoughts on how have you done with regards to providing chances to everyone equally and fair amount, given that it's MPL?
They did provide chances. They made Kaustubh, they gave all the chances for Kaustubh to be an energizer.
Yes. So we gave a lot of chances at the beginning of the season, but as the later of the season came, we had to use our resources in a strategic manner, which.
So let me see the games that you gave chances. Against Transformers, you lost. Against Power Rangers, you lost. Against Avengers, you lost. Against Incredibles, you lost. And I think at that stage, chances probably took a back seat, I feel. And that's when the win starts.
No comments.
I see. Okay. Incredibles, what did you guys feel about that, seeing in other teams, given that you guys were doing your best to give chances and all, and probably that not being reciprocated by other teams? How are you? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think so that there's a good balance of it. I think so. Incredibles were good that we had like 8 good bowlers, more or less, most of the days. And batting, like we were retiring people to get them batting. So we had few games where we were like not even 4 wickets or 5 wickets down, scoring 100 runs. But with other teams, like, there are teams that depend on few players and they have to use them, like bowl 3 overs each game. But even then, like Pranav made Adi bowl, which is an interesting thing. I would have not done that. He would have not even asked me probably. But yeah, I mean, Pranav has also done good job at giving chances. Uh, in my case, Yash told me I don't want to bowl, I want to wicket keep, so I'll just let him do that.
So okay, you think Pranav gave chances. Which team then you think did not give chances?
It depends on the thing, but I think so. Like every team gives like seven
Every team
loses
gives.
7 bowlers, right? I mean, it's fine.
I just want to make a general comment on chances. Like we keep talking about Incredibles getting a little lucky, like they had to win some games in the end, and that's because Incredibles was willing to take chances, giving opportunities for to the new folks. I mean, had they been clutch and just wanted to win with a huge run rate, Incredibles would have been much safer. But the captain is willing to take chances in the spirit of giving opportunities for all the new folks, and we still got to the final. So I think we got a props to the captain. First season was incredible job. Incredible. Yeah, I have a question from the stream to I'm doing the streamer role here. A question to
Mhm.
Abhinav here from Ajay. How confident were Incredibles to chase Avengers score when the washed out qualifier?
I think so. We were very confident. The game before that, like Saket blew everyone off. So I think so. We were fine. He was there. We would have scored. I mean, we did in next game. We
Yeah,
did
I
the
think
same.
hindsight is 2020. I think I would say in that case.
Yeah. I mean, again, there's
I
a.
think I want
I
to
I
touch.
agree. I do agree. There's a pressure of chasing and stuff. It happens, but I think so. We would have been fine.
I want to go back to one of the things that the Incredibles you guys mentioned about rotating, retiring. In our lunch panel, I hope you guys know we have a lunch panel, which is a set of experts that discuss the game and its spirit of the game, the technique of the game, all aspects actually is all well rounded.
Mhm.
A lunch panel discussion was kind of carried out where it was called out that the way Incredibles rotated, or sorry, not rotated, retired players was to kind of just find the right matchup. So there would be two balls that someone would play, and then all of a sudden they'll retire just because they see who the bowler is, and they would send the right batsman to play that over out, and then immediately again change it again to see as per the matchup. That accusation were heard quite a lot during the lunch panel. How would you answer to those experts who called this out or who figured out that you guys were
Yeah.
doing the strategy?
I don't know what the experts are saying. But just letting you know, we were just making good starts, and I was retiring people. Like Yash, I was retiring very early because I wanted people to play at least in the early games. And in few games that did happen, like I retired someone, and then we lost like 3 wickets. So I have to send that batsman back because I don't have any other batsman left. Same, like even in the last game, that's what happened in the qualifier. Like Yash retired, and then people started losing. We lost a lot of wickets, so we didn't have any wickets. So what can we do?
So you're saying that it is not the retirement was not as a way to find the matchup, but to give
No,
chances.
no. I mean, we did have few strategies, and that we would like put a player at some particular time in the game, but that retirements were different from giving chances. Completely different.
Right, but I think it is those retirements that people were kind of saying, like, is that fair use of the MPL rules of retiring and coming back anytime?
Is that MPL rule or is that international rule?
I think it's an MPL thing where you can come anytime,
Yeah,
and so.
yeah. I mean, certainly we use it for sure.
We are
Okay,
inspired by
okay.
another team that also retired based on matchups and did pretty well. They're unfortunately knocked out today.
Name no. This is
I
a show where everything is Daru with Desai. So go ahead with the
I
names.
forgot the name here. I don't remember things after I crush them.
Okay, does it start with a J? Does it start with an A? Does it start with a T? Does it start with
I don't know
P?
what it starts with, but they don't end in the finals. That's all I know.
Well, I think it's probably the way to see it is that the reason why you are in the final is because you probably did that. So
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I would
mean,
say we
karma
won
bites
few
back.
games because of that for sure, but it was not exactly the retirement. It's just I mean, to be honest, Saket and Mukul made us win games, so Like we didn't retire them. They were on the crease. They played long innings. They were there.
Pranav, as someone who is not from Incredibles and watching all of these games from the side, what is your take on this?
Yeah, I think you have to do what you have to do to win.
So
So
let me rephrase, Pranav. If this happens in the final, you basically just told me that it's perfectly fine for them to do that, and you will not be able to use that as an excuse.
well, I think we have a strong enough batting line and bowling line that it would not matter if they do
Okay.
that.
Is the match even matters as per you, Pranav?
It
Does
matters a
the
little bit.
A little bit, okay. A little bit
A
matters.
little.
Okay, I see. I see. That's Incredibles. I think you guys are hearing this live from horse's mouth.
Yeah.
No editing, no filtering. This is as it is being spoken. No sensationalization needed here. Yeah, Yashwant, at this stage, again, taking a pause, are there any questions coming in from the group?
Yeah. Abhishek has some questions about Pranav's ability to score not on the field but off the field on the app. We have been hearing some complaints, so we're actually concerned. I mean, there's a lot of teams that request neutral umpire. We would request neutral scorer for tomorrow's game based on the past and the incidents.
Let me call this out. Let me interject here. I want to say kudos to Abhishek for bringing these hard-hitting topics to discussion here. That's what this show is for. And so let me go back to a couple of instances. Fact checkers can start the fact checking right now. The accusations were that Pranav at one stage gave an extra 4 off of Rakib's over. That might have helped the net run rate. Who knows? I think at the end probably didn't matter, but if it was not caught, it could have been the tipping point that made Xmen go through into the playoff. Today, I think there was a very honorable umpire on the field who did a ball check and asked for the ball check, and it was conveyed that there are 4 balls to go, only to realize that there were actually 2 balls. Now, it's not one ball that we are talking about here. The gap is more than 2 or 3. And the kind of comments that were coming out in jest were more like, oh, that's like so me. That's like, oops, I did it again. I want to take a poll here with the 2 Incredibles that I have. Do you think that this is jeopardizing the spirit of cricket and is putting the pressure on the league to provide neutral scorers? Abhinav?
Yeah, I would say like when I went to do the umpiring for the X-Men versus Justice League game, I was wiping the ball, holding everything while my phone in hand so I can keep an eye on the score. I was not confident.
Very interesting. Yes, one.
So, I mean, forget all of those, right? They could be like scoring. Just today, the last ball was marked as 6 instead of a 4. Just
Yes.
today.
Oh,
Just to give Anil a 50.
That's unacceptable. If you ask me, this
I think
basically
we should
hits at the
disqualify
core.
this team on the grounds of cheating.
Yeah.
And maybe
No.
make Avengers and Incredibles the new final. I would love that.
Folks, let me remind you, this is no laughing matter.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, sorry. I
The
mean,
nation wants to know.
Yes.
the other thing I want to say is, hey, now, who is the leading run scorer? Adi from X-Men. Who are the leading
Yeah.
wicket takers?
Anil from
Anil and
X-Men.
Pranav from X-Men.
Yes.
I'm just saying, like,
Who's
Should we
taken
even trust
are
most
the
the
catches?
stats
more?
skewed? I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Who's taken the most catches? Abhishek Kumar for X-Men.
Okay.
I think if you look at number of stumpings, that's Abhishek as well. Like so, I think there's clearly a pattern here.
If Adi
this-
has anything on his wicket column, that must be cheating. I don't think we can trust the
Very
stats column
interesting.
anymore.
I wish I had a banner
Haters
that
are
said
gonna
breaking
hate.
news. I
Yeah.
think this is a breaking news right now that we are encountering.
Oh my god, 25 people watching. बहुत engagement आ गया यार. Okay, sorry, serious. Of course.
Yeah, again, let me remind you folks, this is no laughing matter. These are serious accusations. I think the league is going to take a very hard look at this. And I'm sure the league members who are at the helm of this are smart enough to kind of interject and stop this nonsense that's going on.
And I will
Um,
work with the fact checker Anup. Like Anup knows this info, including timestamps, so we will submit an entire report
correct.
to Raghu.
I have been told, and then I don't know if it's an urban legend, but that when the highlights needs to be made, the person works with Anup. Anup calls this timestamps, and the highlight creator just cuts to those things,
Yeah.
and the highlight reel is created. Um, so that's how I think all these highlights are done. In case anyone was wondering. Are there any other questions, Yashwant? Any
Yeah,
hard-hitting
Mahesh
questions?
has a question. Were Avengers deliberately trying to kick Xmen out of playoffs race by resting Lalit and Pranav in their last league game? I don't know how any of us can answer, but maybe Ankit, you can wear the hat of a MPL player and maybe you can answer this one.
I am
Uh,
extremely grateful to Darpan for winning the two matches, one against Power Rangers and one against Transformers, because that is what got us through. So thank you.
Yeah, I think if you think about this, I think those games that Avengers won, I think that's karma coming back and biting them. Looking at today's result, and so I want to stress back on the words that Pranav used right now. He's like, I want to thank wholeheartedly Avengers for winning those games, only for them to mercilessly beat the heck out of them today's game, and stomp them to go to the finals. I think that kind of shows a kind of a culture that the team is cultivating over here in this nice piece, heaven of MPL that we have created. And once again, these are all serious concerns. I, as a player, am only just dumbfounded, astonished, shocked. But I'm pretty sure that everyone's taking a note of these things.
Yeah.
I have a question
As
for Pranav. Okay, go on. So go ahead, Pranav. Sorry.
as Abhishek is pointing out, there are some things against us that have been scored, but I do take ownership of making mistakes.
ये वाला
So
editing
I
में
score.
cut करेंगे ये वाला
Pranav, I just wanted to let you know that when
Inside
you say that it's you are also the captain, which means that the buck stops at you for everything, anyways. And I think that basically means that the entire team is now the
Oh,
culprit for that
okay.
one.
I have a question
No,
for
Adi is
Pranav.
saying any scorer but Pranav, so I'll not score the last game.
You won't score on field anyway.
I don't think you will be allowed, Pranav, is what I'm pointing out.
Hmm.
Yeah. Next question, please.
I have a question for Pranav. There was a lot of discussion about Xmen running their mouth too much on the field today. It was kind of a toxic situation in the field. I'm just saying it's MPL, we're all friends. I mean, Pranav, what's going on? Like, is Xmen stepping, like crossing the line where MPL should be at? MPL is supposed to be a friendly tournament. Are there things getting out of your hand? Can you control this?
Can I provide some more instances of
Yes,
this?
please.
Today, a bowler stopped midway while bowling, just because of the taunts and the comments that were made out from the dugout. That's number one. There were some key players that were on the field pointing out the people of the opposition team and saying, if this person comes to bowl, better watch out. And so I think those were threats yielded. The umpires took a note of that one. Again, honorable umpires. They took note of these incidents. So that's the data point to what Yashwant you just mentioned. And I want to see, like, Abhinav, your take first before I want Pranav to answer that. Abhinav, you as someone who's going to face off Xmen in the final, are you concerned? And if you are, what would you want to make sure it happens to avoid some such toxic environment?
Yeah, I mean, it's not good for sure. I was also there watching the game as a neutral watcher, like just spectator, and I did tell few people, yeah, it's not worth it because it's done. But I think so. There's something between X-Men and Avengers specifically. That's why it was happening. I'm pretty sure X-Men and Incredibles would not have that issue. In fact, I was told that they love playing against us. Maybe that's because they scored 140 against us, but it could be just because they like us. We like X-Men for sure.
Can you elaborate more when you said there is something between Avengers and?
Yeah, I'll let them decide that themselves. I'm pretty sure people know.
at this stage, I want to come to Pranav and give you an opportunity to kind of just shed some more light on this topic. That's not any light, Pranav. This is no light. This is dark bulb.
Zoom in on him.
No, let me come closer. No, it's just there were some questionable calls made by Darpan as an umpire in the previous game, so I think some of our players were riled up. But we did, Darpan and I talked outside the field, and we have that resolved, and we have put it in our past. So, and we're gonna play a game together on Saturday in the same team. So,
As a news anchor, this is actually very surprising to me, and actually, once again, I'm a bit in a shock. If umpiring was an issue, that is not a player or a team's thing. Today, we had neutral umpires, and there were some very questionable calls made even today. Does that mean that those umpires now have to fear what the repercussions would be on their respective teams? Is that how we have to kind of now worry?
How do you as a captain condemn this?
so I was told today by one of the captains from Avengers that they.
Wait, what do you mean? One of the captains from Avengers.
uh, that yeah, one of the Avengers players who was umpiring in the match, that they gave one of the outs not out because Xmen cheated in the first innings as when they were umpiring or something. So they knowingly saying something is wrong is different
This is
than
Yeah, this is
making a mistake.
breaking news. I mean, coming this from
This
Adi.
happened in today's game.
Yeah.
Today's
coming from this coming from Adi and Anil's team is just shocking.
This is in today's game.
or previous game.
It's his previous game against Avengers.
And you are saying that some player from Avengers mentioned that I'm not gonna give out because you did similar thing during your time. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Why would Darpan do that?
You have to ask Avengers team.
So it is Darpan. Okay. That's good to know. I'm pretty sure Darpan would have some comments on this
it's a good
one.
time to add Darpan to the call.
Yeah, add him.
I think at this stage, Pranav would vote for anyone to be added to this call because the spotlight is shining so bright on him right now.
I hear comments saying me in my first interview. Pranav is acting like, yeah.
Okay, I think at this stage I'm going to address directly to all the viewers. Viewers, this is a show where we ask the hard-hitting questions. This is, after all, Daru with Desai. So send in your questions. We have our cameraman, dedicated cameraman, sitting right there, taking all these questions, who took his day off just for a game which is so important and did not stream the match at all. So here's your chance. Start posting your questions. In the meantime, dedicated cameraman, why is it that this game was not streamed?
I am not the dedicated cameraman. This is a. Are you asking me the question? Sorry.
Yeah, clearly you answered. So you are the.
Yeah.
You know,
I know that the world thinks I'm like the dedicated cameraman. No, I stream when I have the chance to. But I have practiced today. I have given all the tools and instructions to Pranav as of whatever is needed for streaming. It was him who, just like scoring, didn't do it.
Also, I would like to point every time Pranav streams, the stream is
Ulta.
sideways.
It's a matter of tech. I understand that one can be tech challenged, but being at MathWorks, it's surprising, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm not a developer. I work in sales. That's why.
So you mean to say for sales, you don't need to worry and work with videos and stuff. I see. Okay.
No comments.
Okay.
No
Okay.
further comments.
Okay.
We have
Okay.
some question from actually Darpan is throwing some attacking comments in chat. But maybe we can dedicate special time for this. But let's take Harshal's question. Which team is getting the Fair Play Award?
Ooh. I think I would like to kind of I think for a very long time, I think Fair Play Award was almost in the bag of Xmen for a very long time. Like for I think till mid-season, right?
I agree.
I think folks like Anil, who have been the icon for what sportsmanship is like. Someone like Adi, who has been very fair about all the things. And so even I think Abhishek, I think folks who are like the stalwarts of what true sportsmanship is. So I think it was like almost a given. Rohit's, both of them. But I think clearly, as we are hearing, some individuals' doings is kind of coming back to bite them. So they basically lost that. I think to me, if you ask me, the probably Fair Play Award will go to either Incredibles or I would say it will go to Transformers. Those two teams are deserving of this.
Why didn't you pick your own team, Ankit?
Because I think that would have been the very obvious pick, but at the same time, I would be questioned for bringing my bias, and attacks of nepotism are right at the tip of everyone's tongue. So I wanted to avoid that.
Is that also because when you were playing for Justice League, you were also the umpire sometimes?
No, I was what with umpires?
You were umpiring sometimes during those games. Is that why you're saying that?
I think my standards are way higher than that. I think it's not the wins that matters, it's the bribes that matter. But there were no offers of bribes that came up until very recently. I think today an incredible player did approach me with a bribe. So yeah.
See,
No comments on that one.
I'm just happy with your presence. Every time you umpire, we win.
Yeah, so that I think Xmen would have to say something about that. I'm pretty sure in the finals about me being umpiring, me umpiring the game. But Yashwant, any other questions?
We just got the poll results for Fair Play Award. Incredibles is dominating favorites with 50% of the votes to Incredibles. Great job. Please.
So yeah, like I said, I was right about this one. That's what being neutral means. No, please note, Pranav. That's what being neutral means. Yeah. Any other questions?
Any questions? I don't know. I don't see any. Wait, why Avengers? Why is Avengers not the Fair Play? Oh, in the Fair Play. That's okay. I mean, we can only have
so
four.
Now, that's okay. I want to ask now, Pranav. Any question that you have for Abhinav?
Good question.
Are you batting or bowling first tomorrow?
Well, that depends on how well you flip the coin.
I think that was an incomplete question. I think let me kind of complete the question and ask again to you, Abhinav. If you were to win the toss, what would you be doing?
We'll either bat or bowl.
Oh, interesting. So you would not give walkover. I see. That's a very interesting choice.
No, I know what we won't do. We won't make scoring mistakes.
Yeah.
We'll
also not set our boundaries closer.
Oh. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm pretty sure that's a jab at some of the events that happened today. Pranav, any note or comment on that?
Yeah, I think we should ask Pranav about the shorter boundaries acquisitions too. There's quite a few teams that thought the same.
So actually on that day, I would like to say I came late. So the field was actually set by Abhinav and Adi themselves, if I'm not wrong.
You're talking about
they
today?
Came against Incredible. No, not today.
This happened today.
Today the boundaries were small.
They had to be moved.
Moved.
You said by this much. That
moved.
is. I had measured the boundary from the wickets to the either side and from front to back. So
But Pranav, do you
I
know?
think
You
there's
know
always
that
a.
this has come up before though. Like it's not just this game or the game against Incredibles. It's a constant
Yes.
thing that we keep hearing
Yes.
against your team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious you have the big hitters. You don't need shorter boundaries. You guys can clear the regular boundaries, right? Like, what's up with this?
I thought I did my best in setting the field today. So I
So this is the best.
have no
Okay,
comment.
got it. We'll move on. Any questions, Abhinav, that you have for Pranav?
Well, I have a very clear question. Is like, how much does he depend on Adi, and how much should we just depend on getting him out? How much confidence he has if we get Adi out?
So today Adi did not score that much, and we still won. So we do depend on Adi, but we can and we will use him tomorrow. But even if he doesn't click, there will definitely be other uh, batsmen who will take over.
No.
I have a separate question. Should other players who are not named Rohit, Anil, and Adi
And Sandeep,
will ever see how it feels to hold a bat?
As I mentioned at the beginning, people had been given chances at the start of the season.
So no. Okay.
And
that
now we
makes
have to
sense.
maximize the winning.
Okay. Yashwant, I think rather than pointing to anyone, I'll let you ask any questions to anyone. Anything that you want to ask?
I think, I mean, to Abhinav actually, like, what are the key things you would like from tomorrow's game? Like, what are the impactful moments you think for tomorrow's game? Like, are there going to be big moments that you're looking forward to, or matchups? You know.
I'm looking forward to samosa.
Not really. I mean, we do have some strategies against the only three players, batsmen that they have.
Who are
and
those three?
Adi, Anil, and Rohit.
Which Rohit?
There are two Rohit
Well,
and Kapil.
Wait, hold on. I want to see the third Rohit. Which one is the third person? Which Rohit?
the B, Buckingham.
Okay, so Rohit Maryada is not someone that you guys are feeling threatened by. Interesting.
Well, I
Who
mean,
the fuck is that
no.
guy? We don't care about him.
Also, we need to get 3 out of 4, so it's all right. He can stay on the non-striker side. While we take other wickets.
Meanwhile, I asked a poll about Darpan being on call. 80% of the people want him there. I think we're doing an injustice if we don't.
If one thing that I do know, it's that justice has its own league.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always in favor of that.
Yeah, I agree. So we'll add him. Hopefully he joins. अरे यार ये OBS खराब हो गया. Okay, let me fix it. Hope he joins though. Okay, go on, talk.
I will try to take what matchups I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
I think couple of matchups is going to be for me is Adi and Yashwant, of course. I think that's going to be a very interesting matchup. Although I don't know if Abhinav would even go for that matchup, to be honest. But I would be interested in seeing that matchup. As a player, as an umpire, I'm going to be neutral. I'm going to stay there and try to get the game to go as fast as possible so that the daylight does not become an issue. And the other matchup that I'm looking forward to is me and the snacks that are going to be there. That matchup is going to be very extremely amazing. But I think I have an upper hand because I can take 2 samosas at the same time, which puts me at an advantage. So those are the 2 matchups that I'm actually looking forward to.
I also propose then rather than taking the water bottles, you should take samosas with you on the.
Yeah, I agree. And I'll take a bite before I give to anyone else every time. That's a good idea.
I don't know.
It's strategies
also
like
looking
this,
forward
Incredibles,
to.
that gets you to final. I think that's a great strategy that you just recommended. Good job.
I am also looking
Is
forward
Darpan
to.
shying away from the camera?
Yeah, Dapan's not here.
Okay. Looks
Why?
like he.
What are you doing, Jashwant?
What am I doing? What?
Your live stream is like breaking Pranav into like two halves.
Array, that's yeah.
That is just a
Can
visual
you hear me?
representation of how this event has gone for Pranav.
Yeah, that's his soul breaking. Uh, I was gonna say something here. Yeah. We would like to ask Anil. Ajay Chauhan had a very good question for Anil. Final match you perform, what happened? Best comment by final match you perform. Uh,
This is for Anil.
I mean Anil perform किया ना?
Oh, but he has scored 30 before also.
Dude, you missed the joke. Like you miss scoring a lot of balls, you missed the joke as well.
Going above my head.
Just how the ball soars when Adi hits the ball, that's the same way this joke went above your head as well.
Okay, Pranav, I have some questions. How much do you think Adi carried your team on his shoulders? Like, what percentage would you?
Yeah, I think he's integral part. He even came at some tricky situations and took some wickets too, which were not being scored by me when he took wickets. So they are accurate.
Okay.
Uh, so you can't really question the bowling statistics and the
Okay.
fielding statistics because I was not scoring.
I have a
No
very
comments.
different
No comments on the opposite of that.
I have a very different question, Pranav. Who is the real captain?
Hmm.
Oh, why
As
do you
you all
ask
know,
that,
I am.
Ankit? Why do you ask that?
Oh, I think the fact that I was not asked that question by Pranav says everything, I would say.
Hmm.
Um, but here are some observations that have been shared with me by some honorable umpires. One is that throughout the match, Pranav prefers to be out at the deep boundaries most of the time,
Samosa, close to Samosa
un,
area.
unless he's being called by some member to come at point or a cover position. So note the underlying part that I kind of was told by an honorable umpire. Um, most of the bowling changes and all of that stuff is not a discussion that happens with Pranav in the huddle. It just happens by some senior members of the team, or some high performers of the team. Maybe they are not even that senior. Um, but I think that kind of a pattern being observed by people who are not players, are just umpires, being neutral about this. That kind of is raising this question. And as you know, my sources are pretty well connected. And so it came to my attention. I want to ask this question to you. Who's the
I
real
would
Slim
like
Shady?
to.
And will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up.
I would like to disagree. Deep point today was an important position, so that's why I was there. Because as you saw, Darpan and Pranav were trying to constantly connect switch hits, which they were not. But they connected a couple of times, which was good. But because we were there. Um, and that's why we have a vice captain because we share responsibilities. In terms of like deciding the bowling order, we discussed that before the match, and usually I'm the one deciding the bowling order, but field is being set by Adi because he knows the players much more. So he has a lot more knowledge in that. So we are all playing to our strengths and trying to win MPL this year.
So Adi is carrying the team in batting, sometimes in bowling and in captaincy, and you're also making score. Like, what are you in the
Lots
team?
of it.
Yeah, but cricket is a game of 11 people, so you need all the people to play. So, but
Let me
some will have
remind
more
you.
contribution, and some will have slightly less. But
I think both the teams will kind of agree with me when I say that I don't think most of the teams can say that cricket is a game of 11 players. I think this year's MPL goes on to show that it's mostly about two or three players. If they click, the team wins. If they don't, the team loses. And we have many examples of that we can go by. So I disagree with you, Pranav, on that one. But I'll let my viewers kind of comment on that. What do they think? Is it really about all 11 or is it really about few people? And again, case in point, Adi does not play a game, Xmen loses. So,
Yeah, good point. One thing I want to call out, like a good thing that happened in this year's MPL is a lot of new players have showed up and played really well. This is the best
great.
season for debutants. Amazing
I
debuts, guys.
Yeah,
Amit
I think,
Ganesh, Leeladhar,
yes,
Vignesh,
yes.
surely forgetting some names, but even
Yeah, so we
Pranav for
have
that matter improved quite a bit from last year.
Yeah, we have Jaideep, we have Dheeraj, we have Utkarsh, we
Dheeraj,
have Leeladhar, we have some folks that
Adish
yeah,
from
Adish.
Avengers.
Adish played really well. Rohit was really good. Rohit Singh.
Rohit Singh also.
Yeah.
We had a lot of good players who kind of came in this crop. Sandeep actually played really well as well. I know he's played before, but he has improved significantly. We have Kunal actually bowled brilliantly today. He was a star performer today, getting Lalit out, a key wicket. Was consistent, was not Rohit Maryada was not able to connect when he was bowling. Ramdas has been a find as well. So
Yep.
yeah, we have 9 or 10 players that are kind of performing really well. That begs the question that maybe MCC is ready to now field the third NECA team. There were discussions among those lunch experts, a panel about this very question, where they said that only new folks probably should be creating a team with some senior player captaining the side and going into the E division. So yeah, I think anyone that surprised you guys the most, apart from the folks in your
We'll
team. So
start with
Pranav, I'll
Abhinav maybe. Yeah.
yeah, Abhinav. Anyone that stood out to you as who is a newcomer, someone not from your team.
Yeah, I think so. There are a few. Absolutely, Amit is one of the guy. He's played all the games and he's done well in all of them. Uh, Sandeep
Is it he
Kumar.
from your team?
Yeah.
I'm saying someone not from your team.
Oh, not from my team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. The Leader is certainly one of them. I knew that he's gonna do well. I was actually trying to get him in auction. He looked pretty well. Um, then Rohit is one of them. Kapil from Xmen, I think so. He's playing first time. It's like bowling and batting both very well. He can hit really well. Um, who else? I think so. It's Kronal playing the first time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing bowling. Like the guy balls really well. So yeah, I mean, there are
What about you,
certainly
Pranav? Folks not from your team?
Yeah, there's so many. So many whose names have not been taken. Like Vaibhav Bisht, he couldn't play for a lot of matches. Dheeraj, Utkarsh, Leeladhar, Adish also. These names have been taken. Sharath Podela also some games. Um, yeah,
Nice.
Vignesh is amazing. Yeah, I mean we've said his name already, but like I've seen him play even in yeah, amazing.
Overall, I think
Future
MCC is in
MSCL
good
player.
hands.
Yeah, the future, yeah, it looks good actually.
I want to basically take some time and call out for a change. One of the initiative that Pranav did, which is commendable, is kickstarting the women's cricket league. Pranav, great job in coordinating and kind of putting the energy behind that, making it happen, and not just making it happen on a small scale. It was a tremendously successful
Yeah,
show.
Monica Van came.
Yes, that was pretty amazing to see how successful that entire effort kind of and how quickly. So kudos, Pranav. Yashwant, Abhinav, comments on that that stood out to you folks about how it was handled.
I'll let Abhinav talk first.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, he was persistent and he took care of things. Like I think so. Um, there were people who were probably helping him, but he was always coming out and talking about it. And he was, for me, from all the messages and comments that I saw, like he was always there and bringing it up again and again. So I mean, that was pretty good. I mean, he actually made it happen.
So actually, I would like to give credit to Yash because he's the one who said, "Okay, let's do this year." And like, the idea didn't come to me that we should do this. I was like new to MCC, but it was suggested by Yash, and then I just carried it forward.
I mean, on this, the one thing I mean, it's clear that if you wanna get things done in a like by Pranav, you need to get women involved in it. I think that gets things done. Like we can clearly see that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Sorry, bhai.
And yes,
Or yeah. So- or you need to get like some environmentalist thing happening, Varsha. Like no plastic bottles.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Good.
yeah.
So
I
good
don't know about
causes,
that.
Yeah.
good causes.
Good
Let's
cause.
focus
That's
on that.
uh-huh.
Good causes.
Good cause. Good cause. Correct.
I think probably that kind of might explain a lot of stuff that we have talked about today. In his mind, that winning cause is so good enough that he will score an extra 4 or score some balls less and stuff like that. So maybe it's a cause for him. But whatever it is, this particular cause is a great one. And I think it'll benefit MCC quite a lot. It'll kind of bring awareness about the sport beyond just the few teams that we had or the MPL players that we had. So I want to congratulate you on that one. One of the other thing that I would like to say is you kept a lot of other folks honest about this. So good job on following up on all of those things. I know one particular senior member in MCC dropped the ball on this. I think that again, the nation would like to kind of call out that that's unacceptable. I think members of MCC should not be dropping the ball on such very important initiatives. Note, any other question coming from the audience?
Not many questions, just kudos to Pranav. I mean, there's the other thing is he also helped get all the registrations and we got 7 teams for the first time. That's pretty good too. Despite all the roasting, we do appreciate all the efforts, bro. That was incredible.
Yeah.
But I think one thing maybe like Pranav and Abhinav can talk about what it means to win tomorrow. Maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think you both are first-time captains.
We can talk about their experience as well. I mean,
yeah, I think that is what I'm very interested in as an anchor of a show like this, where we want to talk and tackle about these hard-hitting points and questions. I think it's also a stage where we can reflect. And so, being a first-time captain in a league so old as MPL or MCC,
as you.
as me, and in that kind of a league, how has your experience been, and what does it mean to win as a first-time captain? Abhinav, I will go with you first.
Yeah, so I think so. One thing that as being a captain was certainly different because I was involved in the game all the time. Like I was looking for things, talking to senior players, trying to manage the younger players, trying to give them chance. I enjoyed that a lot. Certainly, this is my second time playing MPL. I certainly enjoyed this more than the last year. Absolutely. Um, it's just trying to give people chances, trying to win at the same time while doing that. It just felt really good to me.
Is that a dig at the other captains that you play under in other tournaments?
It could be. It could be, but I mean, it depends on what tournament I play in. But just letting you know, unknown person made me bowl 8 overs straight in MSCL, and I bowled 14 wides during that. I ended up bowling all over 10 overs continuously in scorching heat. It was just trying to take the last wicket that no one called.
This is a disgrace. I do not see why some events like this even are allowed.
Yeah.
I think the entire viewer with here is with you when you take some strict action against that captain of yours.
Yes.
Um,
But yeah. But seriously, I actually enjoy captaincy for sure. Uh, Winning is good, sure, but I think so. We as Incredibles are also happy being in the final and playing for sure.
on a very serious note, actually, I'm very genuinely interested. Abhinav, being a first-time captain and having this experience, do you think it will now make you a little bit more sympathetic to other captain making some decisions or so, or will it be more irritating, or it'll be more frustrating for you to play under
Mm,
another captain?
mm, Depends. I think so. I have a switch mode that if I'm playing under someone else, I'm okay with going with whatever the decision is. It's just because I'm a captain doesn't mean I have a lot of experience. Even as being the captain of Incredibles, I had to take a lot of advice from the senior players, and Mukul and Yash has helped me a lot during this time. Sandeep, Alampalli. So just because I was a captain doesn't make me that I'll make correct decisions all the time. These people had a lot of to say during like whatever the good has happened during this season. So I don't think so. I'm gonna judge. I'll be fine.
Okay. Pranav?
Yeah, I think for me it's been a crazy journey actually because I played last year NPL after like 8, 9, like I was playing cricket after 8, 9 years. And I improved a lot throughout the season last year, and then I improved even more this season. Maybe captainship had a play into that I improved so much, maybe because of the responsibility. Um, but overall, it's been it's made me appreciate the job of a captain a lot more, which I did not have insight to. Like last year, I would just come, play, go. I wasn't involved into the nitty gritty detail of like, what's going on, what are other teams doing, what do we need to do, what strategies. So, and every time I have a conversation with, people in my team members and like, what kind of strategies people are making, it's like an insight into like how I can improve in cricket, which I would not have had if I had not captained. So yeah, being a first time captain, but having an amazing team tomorrow, I think would mean a lot winning for all of us actually.
And I'll ask you the
And
same
we
question.
have
I think I'll ask you the same question I asked Abhinav. Now that you know what your role was as a captain and all the different kind of things that you had to juggle as a captain, would it make you more sympathetic to other captains who are leading other teams?
yeah, definitely like yeah, definitely. There's too many things you have to do as a captain which you don't appreciate as a player. Uh, yeah,
You're welcome.
that's why that's and as MCC organizers too, I'm sure you guys do so many things in the back end, like Ganesh, Raghu, and you that we don't even know of. Which I got a little bit insight into while planning the women's tournament. But yeah,
True. Spoken like
Yeah.
a wise man.
The question, if we're done with it, I have a question for Ankit.
Mm.
What's with NPL Buzz this year?
MPL Buzz, you got the wrong person, my friend. MPL Buzz is Raghu's territory.
Okay, well, I thought.
MathWorksCricketClub.com is me.
Yeah, we had issues with that too, but yeah, I'll probably have to talk to Raghu about that. But yes, I'm
So
generally
you're
talking
right.
if
I
you
think we
have
had
any
issues
idea.
with MathWorksCricketClub.com, but it was mostly these user errors like Pranav who making mistakes in scoring.
Yeah.
Pranav, you have any question for me?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's talk about how much Pranav wants to win tomorrow. What does it mean to win this tournament?
Well, he mentioned that already, right?
No,
So
winning? No.
yeah, he did.
yeah, briefly I mentioned. Yeah, I mean we have like the top wicket takers, top two wicket takers. We have run scorers, so everything in our team is like clicking, and we obviously will try to make sure everything clicks tomorrow. And if it does, then it'll be an incredible win.
Ooh,
Maybe.
Oh.
I see what that happened. Ouch.
Okay, go ahead, Abhinav. Your stance.
Yeah, I think so. Winning is certainly important tomorrow. We're gonna enjoy it. We have worked hard for it. Uh, we were in a situation where we were sixth in the table. We came up to two, and then we win our qualifier. I think so. We would like to continue that, taking it home. Um, and all the people in the team have certainly given their best almost all the time. Uh, and I think it'll be really amazing to see when probably we are. I mean, as far as the auction went, I'm pretty sure we probably are the people who have new people, like the most number of new people in our team, and all have come through. So it'll be good for them to enjoying a win for season.
You mean to say you would like to put an X next to the W for the final?
Sure.
I think that's basically all the questions we have, unless something else came up, Yashwant.
No, I just want to ask, like, so Pranav, you guys are the top run scorers and the top wicket takers. So do you think you're the favorites? Like, you're supposed to win tomorrow. Is it gonna be a disappointment to everyone if you
If
didn't?
we are favorite, that might be because of how we play and the camaraderie and the team that we have. We don't select how people make us their favorite. They select us because they want to. So no comments.
No, I'm just saying, do you think you're
I think the
expected to
question,
win tomorrow, right? Like, based on
I,
all
I,
of this.
let me rephrase that question. Why would it be a disappointment if you lose tomorrow?
It would not be a disappointment.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so
We,
you don't think yourself as favorites then?
yeah, I haven't heard. Maybe when you put a poll and most people vote for us, then maybe I would know, but I don't know that yet.
I personally don't think you guys gonna be favorites, but I'm only worried about scoring. अगर scoring neutral होगा तो we have a chance is what I think.
Yes.
We will get Anup to score for us.
He
I,
won't do
I
shit
have a
today.
question for
No.
Abhinav and Yashwant actually.
Mhm.
Why were you guys so keen on X-Men losing today?
I wasn't.
No, we were not.
Huh,
We were watching the show.
We
interesting.
were actually
Okay.
not. I mean, I was cheering for X-Men.
There were folks who basically were cheering or rooting for Avengers to win because of the perception, or at least some talks within the team of the favoring Avengers versus X-Men in the finals.
If you guys remember the game where Avengers won against Power Rangers, which if they had lost, that means X-Men were out, right? There was only one guy in the entire ground that was supporting Avengers other than Avengers. That's me. Because I always want the best team to win. I don't care about who comes to the. If you want to win the finals, you want to beat the best team, and that's what we want. I was rooting for Anil to get a 50 today. Well, he got a 50, but you know what happened. Yeah.
Um, Yashwant, what do you and how would you handle the last few finals that you've been in and not being on the winning side?
Yeah.
Is that playing on your mind?
Please keep it continuing.
Well, talk shit to me and you'll see.
Mhm.
Cheat, 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 cheat.
Shit to me. No, I mean, I have lost the last two finals, but hey, it's gonna be another challenge. I'll go to kill or be killed. What else can I say?
Was the
It's
last win when you
Does
were an Avenger?
that means bowling to Adi, basically. Get killed or be killed. Either he'll smash you for like a couple sixes or he gets out. Yeah.
Yashwant, was your last win with Avengers?
Yeah, but I also lost with Avengers that coming year, so
But who was the captain when you won?
I don't remember, yeah. I don't remember. The captain didn't have much of a role. He was pretty
Oh, I thought
useless.
that was vice captain.
The vice captain was Udi that year. I was the vice captain. Okay. But yeah, no, but that was an incredible win. But yeah, I think to pull off a victory tomorrow, it has to be something incredible like that. And what other team to do it than Incredibles, right? Yeah.
That's right. That's absolutely right. On that note, I think it's about time.
Yeah. Viewership bhi kam ho gaya.
Yeah.
We should go now. Get to sleep. Good night, boys.
Good night, folks. Good luck.
Yep.
All the best. Take rest and come fresh tomorrow.
Yes.
Let's know what to do tomorrow. See ya.